Hi, everybody. This is Rob from ShootHybrid.com. Today, I'm hanging out with my friend Scott G over in Buffalo. Scott, a longtime video guy, is helping me learn the nuances of video. I've been shooting for several years, but I've been shooting stills. Now that I'm getting into hybrid photography and hybrid imaging, I have very little experience and skills with shooting video. So Scott has graciously offered to come on here and help answer some basic questions. So, Scott, welcome back.
Hey, Rob, thanks for having me.
So let's go ahead and jump into our second question of the series. What is the minimum equipment that someone would really need to have in order to get into video without sacrificing quality? What's that balance between high-end, expensive, and low-end bad?
Well, that's a great question, Rob. And the good news is there's a lot of great options that you can get into shooting high-quality video right now without spending an arm and a leg. I mean, obviously, you have the $50,000 to $100,000 Red Epics and Arri Alexas and stuff like that, and the movie cameras, if you will.
Yeah.
But you can get a really good camera, especially at this time of the year, because all the big camera shows just happened in the autumn. Now, all the cameras that came out a year ago have been dramatically reduced in price, and these are still phenomenal cameras. So, I mean, obviously, everybody's walking around with a cell phone, and, you can take decent video with that. But if you want to make the next step, you have a couple options. You have the fixed lens compact cameras, and you have things like the Panasonic LX7, the Sony RX100. They're both in, say, the $500 to $650 range in there. Great quality video that you get from these cameras. If you want to go the interchangeable lens route, there's some cameras right now. As a matter of fact, I was just looking online. The Panasonic GF3, which is a compact system camera, has interchangeable lenses. I believe that model is about a year old, maybe a little more than a year old. It's under $300 now on Amazon, and it takes phenomenal quality HD video. If you want to look at something like a Sony NEX5N, that takes great video too. I believe that's probably right around $500 right now because the NEX5R just came out. And then one of the most popular cameras for professional and indie photographers alike over the last few years, actually since 2010, has been the Panasonic GH2. That camera was actually put in a blind shootout, if you will, against everything from an iPhone all the way up to those $90,000 cameras. And there were Hollywood luminaries like Francis Ford Coppola that looked at the footage shot by all these cameras. Francis Ford Coppola picked the footage from the GH2 as one of the best on there.
Yeah.
And you can get one of those now for about $700. And because the GH3 just came out, which also looks like a phenomenal camera. But the point is, for under $1,000, you can get yourself a top quality, professional quality video camera to shoot just about anything you need.
You're absolutely right. So I just had to replace my camera body, and I went with the Sony, the SLT A65. I bought it because I liked all the specs. Not because at the time I thought I was going to be getting into the video stuff, but I'm sure glad I did, because let me tell you, for a sub $1,000 camera, there is no way that I'm going to hit the wall in terms of me being able to produce better stuff on that than the camera is capable of capturing. I am floored by the quality of that high-def video coming out of that camera.
Absolutely. Sony sensors are phenomenal. They shoot incredible quality video. I can say the same about Panasonic and Olympus as well. Actually, some of those do use Sony sensors. And to a lesser degree, you have Samsung, and Fuji has great sensors as well. But, they all have good autofocus, too. That's another great thing about them, blazing fast autofocus. And with mirrorless camera systems, and that's really the way you want to go, you have things like face detection. So if you have a certain subject that you want to lock onto, say for you shooting bridal video or something like that, you can program cameras to lock in on a specific person's face, i.e. the bride, and it'll follow her around wherever she goes. These are just things you couldn't do a few years ago, and you can't do them with the bigger DSLR systems, but you can do them with the mirrorless systems that are out now, and they're a lot cheaper, and the quality of video that you get is unbelievable.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Scott. Great answer, and glad to know that inadvertently I bought a great camera. I wish I knew now, or I wish I knew then what I know now. But frankly, I'm not sure I would have made a different choice. So I'm glad to hear that. My wife.
Well, the good
also
news
known as
is
my
we're on
cam.
top of a new age here, hybrid photography, folks. It's not just the future; it's now. So if
Absolutely.
you're not shooting both stills and video, and that's one of the reasons I'm here, I'm learning from guys like Rob about integrating stills into my work. And these machines that we're talking about, these new cameras, can do both equally well and make it easier to blend them together. So I'm very excited to be part of this project with you, Rob.
Excellent. All right, Scott, thanks again, and we'll see you on question number 3 of what's this video thing that I'm trying to learn.
Okay.